Hi guys, this is Todd with Survival Sherpa. It's been away from YouTube for about a month now, it seems, and just wanted to get back into some videos. Summer's drawing near. I lost my brother 1st of April, so I've just been in this major funk, I guess. And but it's just good to spend time with family, and I've decided that it's just time to get back out here and start doing some stuff. I'm at school today and got a little time here that I thought that I would come out and shoot a video. It's the first week in May here in Georgia, and if you're familiar with the Tulip Poplar, it's a tree that is very useful to the woodsman and to homesteaders, anybody else who's into self-reliance. This is a Tulip Poplar tree that I cut. It's about a 4-inch diameter Tulip Poplar tree. They're blooming right now in Georgia, and so the sap's rising. That means removing the bark on one of these trees. Now's the time to do it. If you have any future projects that you want to do for baskets or containers, quivers, whatever it is that you're trying to make, now's a good time to harvest some bark, because once you get this stuff cut and start peeling it off, it comes off pretty easily with this time of the year. So, all right, so the length that I want on this is about 22-23 inches, somewhere in that area. So if I'm going to use this for a quiver, then I'm going to cut it about right here, and I'm just going to make a score mark all the way down to the sapwood through the outer and inner bark of this tulip poplar. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, we're looking somewhere right in here. Trying to miss the poison oak that's down here on the ground. It's going up the side of this tree. Don't want that, so we're going to try and stay clear of that as much as possible. Alright, so we're starting this score mark, trying to keep it in a pretty straight line. I want to go all the way down to the sapwood so that we've got we can release the bark from it once we get it. Alright, now I'm back to the other side here. It's not exactly perfectly straight, but it's good enough for what we're doing. Alright, good. What we're going to do is we're going to try and score this down in as straight a line as possible. So let's see if we can I might have to readjust this so that we can get a. There we go. Maybe that'll do it. So we're just going to keep bringing this down towards me. Alright, now the thing I like about this little kept part from Condor is it's thin enough that you can get in and do a little bit more work in here. So I've used it before for this kind of task, and it works really well. So we just want to use it now as a pry bar to start loosening one edge of this bark. See, I'm all the way down in the sapwood there with that one. So just going to keep prying off until we get to the end, and then we'll do the other side and start working it loose. Alright, so see what we got here is we've got it loose all the way down this one edge right here. So that's good. And it's coming off pretty cleanly. All right, so I'm gonna loosen this other edge and get back to you once I get some more of both sides loosened up. We've got it loosened up on both sides here. As you can see, we've got it where we can get a knife through there with no problem. And it's still good and wet. Sap's in there that's kind of making it loosened up. So as we do this, just want to get our knife down and just use it mainly as just a little pry bar to keep this moving. We can just keep going. Now here's a knot that I was worried about. See if it pulls off. Yep, no problem there. All right, now once we get this opened up, we're just going to leave that for now. We're going to open up this other side a bit, and then it'll probably, it has before, just popped right off. So we want to, again, all I'm doing here is just twisting my knife inside. I'm not cutting into this outer bark, the inner bark. I just want to use it as a tool to pry, to start loosening this skin, this bark, off of this piece of wood, off of the sapwood that's inside there. Now once I'm at that point, then I can really start squeezing that down with my fingers. And I'm just running, all I'm doing here is I'm just running my fingers down inside of this wood, so that be careful when you're down in there, because some of these little shoots coming off of this are kind of pointed. So, you know, you don't want to jam your finger down in there and do something crazy like that and get a piece of wood in it. So there it is. Now for the top, same deal. We're just going to keep running our fingers down in here. It's real slimy, good and wet, so this is the time to do this time of the year when we've got good sap running. There it is, it's about to pop off completely. Once I've gotten the end completely loose, I've got my hands wrapped all the way around it, now I can just run it up just like that. We've got a piece of bark. So as you can see, we've got this out off of the tree, and so what I want to do now is we need some holes in this thing to stitch with. So saw Dave Canterbury do this. I thought that was pretty brilliant. Before, I had always sat here and drilled with an awl to make my holes, but I saw Dave do it and I was like, smart man, why not use the piece of wood that it came off of as an anvil? Makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you for the tip, Dave. So we're going to put this back on just like this, and we're going to bore some holes in here with an anvil. You don't want to just try and cut through with a knife or something. You've got to drill these in to keep this bark intact, keep it from splitting. So I've got my Swiss Army knife here that we're going to use as an awl, and I'm not sure what kind of cordage I want to use yet, but probably either bank line or some kind of jute twine. Alright, so we're just going to use the awl on this, and as an anvil, just going to set this back up. Let me twist this back around a little bit. This thing is so wet, it's slimy, I can't hardly grip it to move it. Alright, that's where we want it. So I'm going to slide the sleeve back on. Now, we're just going to punch holes, and I'm going to start here about an inch down and about a ½ inch inside here. So we're coming in about a ½ inch and an inch from the top, and we're going to space them about an inch or so down through here until we get to the bottom. Just like that. We'll do the same thing on both sides all the way down, making a line of stitching holes all the way down. All right guys, I'm sorry about all the background noise. We've got work being done over here with heavy equipment across just through the woods here. And we've also got a porta potty truck here dumping porta potties by the football field. So anyway, just bear with me. We'll and you just do not want to be here with me right now with that stench. But it smells like money to them, I guess. So we've got this finally punched in. I've made holes all the way down both sides of where I can come back with my cordage and sew this back together. All right, so that should be all right. So we got both of those in now, and that's kind of what it's going to look like as we go. Just a little X pattern going all the way down. Let's see if you can see that. That's the pattern we're looking for. Right here. Okay. So now, once we've got those, we've got to I got to find the holes for the inside here. Now, I've got to get a system going. So let me see what I've got here. This one is going across to right here. And I think what I'm going to do is try and do this as loosely as possible and just come back and tighten this down. See if that's going to work. Okay, this is what we've got right here. This is the stitching all the way to the top. I've tightened it up. It's still not enough here to cause a friction fit for this butt piece, or for the bottom of this quiver. So I've got to figure out a way to do that. Probably just run some tacks in there to hold that. All right, guys. What I've decided to do on this is to use some nails in this, little short tacks. They're not very long. I sanded the heads off. They're white. That's all I had. Well, I've got some other nails, but just not what I was looking for. But so I just sanded them down, just hit them with my sander over there real quick, and I've already driven one in. But this is going to hold this end piece in pretty well. So I'm going to drill some pilot holes, and I'm going to go, oh, I don't know, maybe every 2 inches or so around the circumference of this outside edge here. So we're talking some. And yes, I'm in my shop, not in the woods, so yeah, I'm going to use these tools. Drive a few of these in. As I said, you know, I'll pass this on to my grandson at some point. So I want it to last for him. So I'm. Need one more nail. So what I decided to do on this is, as far as attachment for the sling, I just have 2 leather tongs here that I've got sinew wrapped around it here, secured to the 2 holes in the top, and then I had a tag, 2 long tag ends of sinew down here that that I just basically tied the other tong on there. And the thong here is punched 2 holes in this. It's about a 25-inch piece of leather here. So ran these 2 pieces of leather through these 2 ends, tied it off with a just simple square knot, and got a finished product. So there you have it, guys. Easy way to make a quiver out of poplar bark.